What is good, y'all? It is Anime K here and we are back with another video. Now, this video is a kind of a Christmassy video, even though Christmas is gone and this is so late, but I meant to record it before Christmas, but it is basically an all I want for Christmas type video. And I want to tell you guys what I want to see from Boruto in these next coming chapters, because these recent chapters have been very good. I thoroughly enjoyed them and I can't wait to see what's coming up next. But these are the key things that I would like for Kishimoto to key in on in these next chapters. Now, obviously, my input to Kishimoto means nothing, and whether he does it or not, it won't be because of me, but I think these are key things that we should point out. Now, first of all, I want to start off with Ada. Now, I've already made a video on Ada's ability and how stupid it is and how dumb it is, right? But today, I want to touch on chapter 5 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, and it is when one of the Shinju clones, Bug, sets his sights on Ada and goes, "Ada, I'm going to kill you next." And I would be so happy for Ada's death, because for one, her character, I just don't like her character. I've already said this in another video, right? So I won't go over the same points, but I'll say that one, she's just a plot device, right? Where she's just there to explain stuff. She's just a narrator. You know, if you needed a narrator, you could have found anyone else. Two, she literally, as a female character, she has every bad thing about a female character in shonen. She can't fight, and her main motivation is literally for a boy. So if we go back to before the time skip, why is the whole reason why everyone got brainwashed? It was because of Ada. And why does she do all this? Because of Kawaki. Because basically, right, Ada has an ability where if you come in contact with her, you're basically enticed by her, you fall in love with her. You see it first with Code, that's why Code can't attack her when they first meet, and you see it with Kawaki. I think with Boruto as well, you basically see it with other characters where as soon as they come in contact with her, they basically fall in love with her. Now, the only people that can resist this is Otosuki, so that's why, well, she didn't want Boruto, so she thought, you know what, I'll go with Kawaki. I want someone who can resist my charm. So that's the whole reason why she basically activated her omniscience. Now, technically, she's not the one that actually activated it, but her main motivation and the thing that sparked it was Kawaki. And then after this, she just goes, yeah, F off now, I don't need you. Before doing that, grabs her and goes, you better tell them that Boruto was the one that killed Law 7th. And after that, he was done with her, so she just gets dashed to the side. I mean, I don't think I've seen a female character treated that bad in Naruto by female standards. So as a character, I just don't like her character, and I know obviously she's there to just explain stuff. That's why the whole Senringan, how do you even pronounce her ability? But that's why that whole ability was even created in the first place, just to do with that. So the fact that Bug, the Shinju clone of Bug, I forgot the name, I've not learned the names yet, but the fact that that Shinju Bug has set his sights on Ada, I'm pretty happy. The first thing I want to see from his next coming chapters is Ada's death. Now, will we see it? I doubt it. I think we could see it. I doubt we'll see it in the next couple of chapters, but hey, if Ada dies, it's a good day for me. That's all. I'm smiling all the way to the bank. But anyway, let me move on to my next point. Now, the next person we're going to talk about here is Konohamaru. Now, this one is one of the good picks, right? It's not like Ada. This one is a good thing. And the reason why I was so happy that one of the Shinju clones singled out Konohamaru is because since Naruto Shippuden, I think, even since OG Naruto, right, Konohamaru, who's always been someone who he followed in Naruto's footsteps, he was kind of like Naruto's student, right, and he was kind of pushed as the next person, maybe even the next Hokage. I mean, even after the time skip, some people thought that Konohamaru would be the Hokage because it was kind of his destiny, because the way he grew up in the series, you know, he was from a powerful clan, he's from the Saratobi clan, his grandfather was the third Hokage. What is Asuma to him again? Asuma's like his uncle, isn't it, if I'm not mistaken? So his uncle was a powerful ninja, part of the 10 Guardians, I think, or whatever it was called. But Asuma was really strong, right? So all of that really set him up to be one of the most powerful ninjas. And even everyone thought in Boruto that is what he would be. But unfortunately, he hasn't lived up to that yet. I mean, even during Naruto Shippuden, during the Pain arc, right, he was one of the people that killed the Paths of Pain with the Rasengan. And the fact that he was the only person outside of Jiraiya, Minato, and I guess Kashin Kojin, but it is basically just Jiraiya, who actually learned the Rasengan. He was hyped up to be one of the best characters, one of the most powerful characters in the show, but never lived up to that. So why I'm happy that this Shinju clone has singled out Konohamaru is because, look, If you look at the other people that have been singled out, if you look at Naruto, Ada, and Sarada, right, 3 characters that, I mean, hopefully it's not Ada, but Naruto and Sarada, right, these are 2 characters that Sarada, we know she's going to get a boost, she's awakened at MS, we don't know her powers yet. Sarada's ability could possibly be the thing that breaks the people that have been put in the trees outside of the tree and outside of the, I don't know what you want to call it, whatever they're in, right, but basically kill the Shinju clones to free everyone from the trees, right. That took a while to get that sentence out, Jesus. And then if you look at Naruto, well, a lot of people have been saying Naruto could get his power back, maybe he could get his power from the 10 tails, he could get Kurama back, he could have a new improved Sage mode. So these are characters that he's been putting in the same category of that are probably and most likely going to get a power up, right? So Konohamaru, I think the reason why I'm excited about this is because, like I said, everything I mentioned before, the hype that surrounded him, I would say he's definitely a character where I wanted to see him get strong. He's a very likable character, right? So the fact that the Shinju clone's pointing him out, to me anyway, signals that Konohamaru could finally take that next step and maybe not become a Hokage candidate, but at least become a strong ninja. And maybe he might even play a bigger part in killing the Ototsukis than we think he would. Or at least he could have a big battle with the Shinju clone and die. Now the next person I want to talk about here is Sarada. Now in chapter 5 we see that Sasuke's Shinju clone pointed out Sarada and says, I want to go after Uchiha. Sarada. Now this is crazy to me because one, we're going to get Uchiha versus Uchiha and Sarada is going to have to fight her dad. And the reason I'm happy about this is because one, Sarada could break the Kishimoto female character hate train. We know he does not like female characters. He rarely even wants to put them in the center. Even Sakura, someone who is very powerful in the show, you could argue still didn't get the proper screen time and the proper development that she should have got. Well, I don't think it's even an argument. A lot of people will say that, right? But with Sarada, the fact that the Shinju clone's been pointed out to her, right? The fact that her dad's Shinju clone wants to attack her, right? I think that's very important because one, we still don't know what Sarada's MS abilities are. A lot of other people think that her MS abilities will be able to free everyone from the trees, right? Which I just said earlier. 2, Sarada is one of my favorite characters in the show, and I'm very biased when I say this, but for me, I'm just hoping she gets the push that I think she will get from this fight. And 3, she may be forced to kill her own father, which imagine the emotional aspect from that already, you know, because it's not guaranteed that these people in the trees will actually survive. We don't know what Sasuke could die. We don't know. Imagine the emotional aspect of that, the fact that she'll have to fight against her father's clone because she'll recognize it's her father's clone straight away, right? Plus with the fact that he's going to be using his old abilities that he used before he got put in the tree. This could be such a big fight. And you could go back to the panel where Boruto tried slashing one of them and tried getting a sneak attack on them. You could be like, yeah, but if she does kill the clone, Sasuke will be free. But you don't know that. Plus, if you remember from that panel, right, Boruto, he tries to stop them from taking 4. Boruto, he knows that the Shinju clones are gonna come, right? He tries to warn Code multiple times. Look, you've got to get rid of your clawgrams. You've got to get rid of the clawgrams because if you don't, something bad will happen. So it's not guaranteed that killing the Shinju clones will actually free them. They could potentially die. And Sarada could have to go for a similar thing like Sasuke did, where Sasuke basically had to kill his own brother, right? I mean, obviously at the time he wanted to, but after finding out the truth, I mean, he basically killed his own brother just because of Donzo, right? If you really look at it. So the fact that Sarada's gonna have to go against her dad and potentially kill him or free him, you know, either or, I think will be an epic fight. Now you could argue that maybe Boruto might join in as well because he obviously wants to free Sasuke, but I think for me personally, if I was writing the story, I would have Sarada stop Sasuke's clone and not Boruto. I would have Boruto do his focus on Code and Kawaki, and maybe he can provide support to everyone else, but I would love to see the Sarada versus Sasuke fight because that is definitely an interesting fight. And now last but not least, I want to talk about the last Shinju clone, who for a lot of people we think it is Jigen. It looks very much like Jigen, but we don't know who it is yet. But this last Shinju clone names Naruto and says that he wants to fight Naruto. Now why this is so interesting is because Naruto, he's been sealed away since before the time skip, right? Kawaki sealed Naruto away, and I think in chapter 78 or 77, right, he sealed Naruto and Hinata away in the Daikoten, right? So why would a Shinju clone who, one, Naruto's been sealed away for so long, and 2, is it even that powerful, right? I mean, there's so many more powerful people for him to fight. You got Kawaki, you still got Boruto, you got Daemon, but there's so many powerful characters that he could have picked, but he decides to pick Naruto. Now, I've seen some couple of videos. I've seen an NC Hammer video where he theorized that it could have been Kurama, so that is a theory right there. I'm not so sure if I agree with that. I've also seen a couple of people say that it is probably Jigen who is the clone because of either Code's karma or for the fact that Jigen was taking chakra from the Ten Tails, that Jigen's chakra could still be in this Ten Tails. But the reason why I'm excited about this is just like the other characters, right? The fact that it is named Naruto must mean that Naruto is going to play a big part in the story at some point, so we could see the return of Naruto at some point, which is also exciting. I think a lot of people will pick the manga back up or will at least start paying attention to the anime again, right, if they hear that Naruto's coming back. And 2, this could be that Naruto could get a power up and play a big part in the next up and coming fights. Now, what could that power up be? Again, there's so many stuff that have been theorized. You have Sage Mode, you have the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, he gets Kurama back. I don't know personally what it could be. I feel like if he does get Kurama back, would he really be powerful enough to participate in the fights? I feel like he might get a bigger power up. Now, personally for me, I would love to see Kurama come back because I was sad when Kurama died, and Kurama's return would be very good. I would love that. I mean, Kurama's been there since day one. He went from this entity of hate to this lovable character, right? But for me personally, the main reason I'm excited about the Shinju clone mentioning Naruto is because this means that at least Naruto's going to play a big part in the show. Now, Naruto, I definitely know that Kishimoto will not kill off Naruto. Sasuke is a tiny bit of a possibility, but Naruto definitely not. I know Naruto will not die, so most likely we're going to see Naruto return with a big power up, and he's going to come and help his son. He's going to return everything back to normal, and he's going to save the world with Boruto. He might be the one to bring Kawaki and Boruto back together, so you never know. But the fact that this Shinju clone named Naruto, for me, means that Naruto will be getting a power up. So anyone that's not watching Boruto right now and is just a Naruto fan, be happy. And Sasuke as well, he could potentially get one too. So now the next person I'll talk about here is Kashin Kojin. Now Kashin Kojin, he is basically the mad scientist of Kara, right? He's the one that built Delta, he built Kashin Kojin, he built Ada, and he built Daemon. Now, the reason why I feel like he's not who he says he is, because look at all the 4 characters that I've just named. Kashin Kojin, a clone of Jiraiya, where even Kabuto wasn't able to even bring back Jiraiya, right? With Edo Tensei, how did he bring back Jiraiya? So how did he do it, but Kabuto couldn't even find any of his DNA, for one. 2, Delta, someone who was able to go up against, it wasn't Naruto at his full power, but she made Naruto go in Nine Tails chakra mode, and it took Naruto a while to beat her, right? Delta was very strong. Then we move on to Ada and Daemon, right? Ada's ability was literally the very ability that brainwashed everyone and made everyone believe that Kawaki is now Naruto's son. And if you remember, he's the one that put that ability in Ada. And then you've got Daemon with his reflecting ability, which again is another dumb ability, right? I should start calling them the dumb siblings because I hate that ability as well. It's so dumb as well, but well, it's not that dumb, it's kind of cool. I'll admit, it's kind of cool. And then now we get to chapter 5, where up to this point no character has been able to resist the brainwashing the way he's been able to. So I'm convinced there's just something about Amado where he's just different. And I need to know what it is about Amado because I'm very interested in his character. I think he has a certain mystique around him. He's very mysterious, and I would love to see what is up with him, right? Who is he? Now, maybe there might be nothing to him. We might just find out that he's just a scientist who wants to bring back his daughter, but he's created too many strong beings and he's done too many great stuff that there has to be something about him. Now, you could argue that maybe that was Jigen that was helping him get all the DNA for the Otosuki stuff, which you could, right? But still, Amado, he's a very interesting character and I want to know more about him. And the fact that he knows so much about the Otosukis as well, I just want to know something about him. Plus, no other scientist in any other village has been able to develop stuff like he's been able to develop stuff, right? So in terms of science techware, in terms of IQ, he's on another level than any scientist or any person we've seen, probably outside of someone like Orochimaru. But even then, I'd argue that he's created even bigger stuff than Orochimaru's been able to create, right? So Amado, he's a very interesting character and I think there's more to him and I can't wait to see what that could be. In chapter 5, we learn that Sasuke dies 1 year into him and Boruto leaving the village. So the question that we're all wondering is, 1, How was Code not able to find Boruto for them next 2 years? Where was he? Now, me personally, I think he might have either been in Mount Muboku, because that might have been where he was able to run into someone like Kashin Kojin, right? But wherever he was, I'd like to know where he was between them 2 years. And also, us knowing where he was could give us a better insight into what powers Boruto has, because I generally think Boruto is definitely one of the most exciting characters that have come out of this time skip. I think in terms of, we don't know how powerful Boruto still is, because the way he handled Code, he looked like he wasn't even trying. We don't know the extent of Boruto's powers yet. He could be a perfect sage, he could have more variants of his Rasengan, we don't know yet. Maybe he could have the Jogan at this point, where, even though I kind of doubt it, because he probably would have used it against the clones if he had the Jogan, but we don't know how powerful Boruto is, and I think that's generally the exciting part about Boruto so far. We don't know the extent of his full power, but it is still good to know about where he was during the time skip. And I guess for Amado as well, it would be good to know, because how the hell did he not realize that Kawaki had the karma on him? How did he only realize now? But still, look guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, tell me what you want to see for this next chapter. It's just a video basically highlighting the stuff that I'm most excited to see. And I think these next 5 chapters, 10 chapters are going to be really exciting. But look guys, let me know what you want to see. Tell me if there's some fights that I didn't mention that you would love to see. This has been Anime K. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Thank you for watching, listening, or however you choose to indulge in my content. And peace. I am out.